Wario has been Mario's rival and sworn enemy since his debut in Super Mario Land 2: 6 Golden Coins. They've gone head-to-head in main games and spin-offs many times, but there might be something Wario is hiding from all of us. Could Wario's hatred of Mario exist solely to cover up the fact that he secretly admires him? Could Wario be such an obsessed Mario fan that he needs some serious medical help? I'm sure you'll be a believer by the end of this video. Whether or not Wario's actually a crazy, obsessed Mario fan is up for debate. But what should never be debatable is your unconditional love for me. That's right, if you want to become one of my 800,000 plus fans, subscribe to TheGamer by clicking that big red button and ring that bell to become a part of our notification squad so you never miss a video. Before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to Reddit user Renakunisaki for bringing this brilliant theory to our attention. Welcome to Gameology, where we'll find out if Wario is secretly obsessed with Mario. Although I might just be a gameologist and not a real doctor, it's not hard to tell that there's something seriously wrong with Wario. His antics and behavior suggest he might have a few screws up in his head loose, but no worse than what's going on in his bedroom. Or, for those of you who didn't catch that Slim Shady reference, he might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. Okay, all jokes aside, Wario simply isn't the most intelligent person. The first glimpse of this can be seen by his behavior. You have to be a little cracked to get to the point where you start copying everything someone does. To really understand how Wario became absolutely obsessed with Mario, we have to look at what the average Joe in the Mushroom Kingdom thinks of Mario. With Mario, we're talking about a guy who constantly saves Princess Peach, the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom, from the clutches of Bowser. Now, finding a way to defeat Bowser and his minions every time and save the Mushroom Kingdom from falling under King Koopa's control is the main reason why he's become such a popular figure. I mean, it definitely isn't because of Mario's dashing good looks. The man doesn't even have a belly button, for God's sake. Just nipples! Whether they know him as Mario or the Great Gonzalez, the Glitz Pit champion, no matter where Mario goes, people will recognize him. It just might take a jump or two to convince them. It's literally as if he's a celebrity, but, without all the drugs, booze, and women. He's never gonna get Peach. Well, I guess the mushrooms might count as drugs, but that's not the point. Being associated with Princess Peach, the most powerful person in the Mushroom Kingdom, won't hurt your fame either. Mario is a straight-edge, one-woman man who's been loyal to Peach ever since he dumped Pauline from the original Donkey Kong. Seeing how the media covers famous couples in the real world, it's not surprising to see Peach and Mario get plenty of attention in the Mushroom Kingdom. Like every celebrity, Mario's fame and fortune comes with some drawbacks. You're probably thinking, being a celebrity is awesome because you're rich and stuff. Well, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, kid. For starters, doing normal people things like simply walking down the street or getting groceries becomes impossible. People stop you for selfies every 3 seconds and you can say goodbye to privacy. But the worst part of being famous are the stalkers. The fans who are a little too fanatical. They know when you are sleeping. They know when you're awake. They know that you like 2% milk in your coffee every day. So where does Wario fit into all this? You guessed it, he's just a really big fan of Mario's. Some would call him a super fan, but we would like to call him Mario's crazy, insane, obsessed stalker. Look at Mario. Now Wario. Now back at Mario. What's the first thing that catches your eye? To say that they're dressed alike would be a massive understatement. They each have matching caps and shirts with contrasting overalls. They both have letters on their cap, white gloves, and a mustache. Wario might have a big pink nose and some sky blue eyeliner or whatever the hell that is to set him apart, but who knows if he got that nose from a botched plastic surgery to make himself look like Mario. To make matters worse, they even have a very similar name. He probably even gave himself the nickname Wario, which breaks Rule 25 of nicknames. Thou shalt not give yourself a nickname. How dare you, Wario? And if that wasn't enough, Wario even had to get himself a sidekick like Luigi in the form of Waluigi. They started off playing tennis, but have developed a great partnership. Honestly, it's quite beautiful. For all I know, which is a lot because I'm a gameologist, Waluigi could be a crazy obsessed Luigi fan, so it makes sense for these two oddballs to become best friends. It was inevitable. It seems clear that Wario looks up to Mario and wants to be like him, so he did exactly that. Wario took his talents, or lack thereof, to the platformer genre and starred in the Wario Land series. The first two games in the series were very similar to the Super Mario Bros. Games. Wario would jump on enemies to defeat them and collect coins. In the end, there were no princesses to save and no fire-breathing dragon turtles to defeat, so what was the point of these games? They may not have given Wario the fame that Mario has, but they would definitely give him a substantial fortune. If there's anything Wario is known for besides passing gas, it's greed. Wario doesn't care what he does and who he hurts as long as he collects those sweet, sweet coins. Do you think Wario got into platforming for the coins or because Mario became famous through it? Or maybe a little bit of both. Wario totally seems like the kind of guy who would post pictures of Mario with the caption #ManCrushMonday, so it might be him simply following in Mario's footsteps. Either way, the coins don't seem to be that useful since you can find them everywhere. I mean, collecting 100 of them will give you immortality in the form of a free life, but if they're easy to obtain, they can't be too valuable. I guess Wario enjoys being fake rich just as much as I do. Speaking of fake rich, in Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins, the game where Wario made his debut as the final boss, he lives in a castle on an island that also has a Mario statue. When you get to the end of the game, you learn it was Mario's castle all along, and Wario broke in and turned it into his house. He removed all the Mario elements and replaced them with Wario elements. The castle was essentially turned into a level full of enemies, lava pits, and giant fireball-spitting piranha plants. Wario was just chilling in the throne room next to Mario's statue the entire time. If the rest of the facts didn't convince you, this one should. Breaking into Mario's house to get the full Mario experience is grade A stalker behavior. But let's put that on hold for a second because I've got an important question to ask first. How did that Mario statue get there? Mario might not be the humblest guy in the Mushroom Kingdom, but you have to be one hell of a conceited person to want a statue of yourself in your throne room. What even is the point of a throne room if you're not a king? I guess Mario likes to simulate his desires for a future with Peach. The only other way this statue could exist is if it belongs to Wario. After Wario was done with his renovations, he brought in his most prized possession to keep close in his throne room. Wait a minute. Could Wario have built a statue as some sort of shrine to honor Mario and get his attention so he wouldn't kick him out of his castle? That would take being a stalker to a whole nother level. It's one thing to try and be like someone, but it's a whole other thing to break into their home and make a giant frickin' statue of them just to get their attention. I mean, I wouldn't mind a giant statue of myself in front of my very own castle. What do you think is up with the Mario statue? Let us know in the comment section below. Wario and Mario fight at the end of the game, but you never really see Wario until the final boss fight. The key to the castle door are the 6 golden coins that Wario hid throughout the land, so essentially, Wario locked himself inside Mario's castle and sent him on a wild goose chase to be able to get back to his own house again. I mentioned Wario lacked talent earlier, but I take that back. If that's not talent, I don't know what is. Things take a turn for the worse after you defeat Wario, though. He decides to suicide dive off the roof of the castle, leading us to believe he's done for. Now, we don't exactly know what happens after this because the credits roll, but we do know that Wario made it out alive because we've seen him in plenty of games since then. Could Wario have jumped off just to make Mario come to his aid in a desperate cry for his attention? Well, we know how gullible and nice Mario is, so there's little doubt in our minds that he quickly ran over to help Wario get the medical help he needs. After being defeated by Mario and jumping off the roof of the castle, Wario swore to get revenge on Mario, as seen by his actions in every single game since his debut, but underneath all the anger is a love for Mario. From dressing like Mario to having his own sidekick to breaking into Mario's castle to making a Mario statue, Wario has shown that he has a seriously unhealthy obsession with the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. This stalker mentality and attention-seeking behavior Wario displays is going to get him in some serious trouble one day. I might only be a gameologist with an obsession of all things dark and secretive, but even I think Wario needs to see a psychologist. That dude is cray. And that, our dearest viewers, was Gameology, the study of the deepest and darkest secrets of video games. Now that you've heard all the facts, what do you think? Do you think Wario's secretly obsessed with Mario? What video game theory would you like to see covered in the next episode of Gameology? Let us know in the comment section below. And since you're all such die-hard fans of mine, why not show me some love by subscribing to TheGamer? Hell, while you're at it, why not check out some of our other Gameology videos as well? Thanks for watching.